Okay. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hello. Sorry, I'm not distracted, but my son is playing basketball. Take the shot, TJ. Come on. Good pass. Okay. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Come on in. Say hello. Come on in. Say hello. Come on in. So I was like, yeah, can you and do the um and do the live and watch there. So they're streaming it live. So that's great. Son, take the shot. Okay, he tried. Um, Hi everyone. How's everybody? Hello, Miss Sanctuary. I'm watching basketball and then yeah. So bear with me. We're not winning, if you want to know. So that means we're not most likely going to the playoffs, but that's okay. It was a good season, very good season. Hi, everyone. Come on in. If you are just joining us for this first time or you're just scrolling and browsing and you're wondering what's going on, who are these people, or who's this lady with the gray salt and pepper hair? Um, this is Attorney Abisala Adebola Olale, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you've got an immigration case, if it's a case stuff that we handle, we can and do represent immigration clients, regardless of the state you live in. So welcome. Let us know what state, what city, what country you are joining us from. And welcome in. We talk all things immigration, questions, and so we are doing questions tonight. So I think it's about time we do questions because I know it's been rescheduled timeline, time for the live, and I've not been able to actually have quite a time to take questions. So that's what we're doing tonight. So we're doing questions tonight. We're not winning, y'all. It's okay. But anyway, it's amazing how before my son started playing basketball, I really wasn't interested, to be honest with you, because my thing is soccer. Well, what they call soccer in the United States, what we call football. Um, that's always been myself, and I just was never really interested in anything else. So he played soccer for a while, and then we pivoted to look at my baby boy. Oh, we pivoted to what's it called, basketball, and now I'm like just really like learning about the game and all of that. It's really nice to be able to see him and all that. So anyway, next later this year's another season. First, anyway, let's talk immigration. Our contact number is 334-341-4475. Visit our website at olalayalawfirm.com. info@olalayalawfirm.com is the email to contact us if you want to contact us. I do a lot of immigration, but if you want to know specifically the immigration case types that we handle, go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com. That everything that we do is right there, and we'll be glad to represent you in your immigration case. Bear with me, yes. I'm trying to be mom and lawyer at the same time, so it is what it is. Welcome in. Let's talk immigration. Thank you, Mr. Sanctuary. Yes, we do represent immigration clients in all 50 states. So it doesn't matter what state you live in. If it's a case type that I handle, I will to represent you regardless of the state you live in. So what are we doing tonight? Follow, like, share, subscribe. Follow, like, share, subscribe. That's it, right? Yeah. Not good. We're done here. No. Social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of that at Olale Immigration. That's it. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Let's talk immigration, y'all. So we are doing questions. Tuesday night question night. That's what we're doing tonight. Tuesday night questions night. So bring your questions. I decided to try because I'm always in red lipstick. So I decided to try something different today. The jury's still out on this one. This is what I would say is a nude version for me, but we'll see. But anyway, so Come on in, y'all. Let's talk immigration. Let's talk immigration. What are your questions? Now, general disclaimer. Responses to questions are general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. I think we're done. Okay, I think we're done. We didn't win. No, we're still. Anyway, basketball, for the love of basketball, listen. Soccer mom to basketball mom, and then we're going to do track and field. The story of my life. Woo! Pray for me, y'all. But anyway, hello, Miss Nulaji. Where have you been? Where have you been? Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm just trying to hear. Where have you been? It's good to see you. Welcome back. Responses to questions are general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. If you want something that is more specific to your case, then that means you will have to schedule a proper paid consultation. I don't do free consults. This is my version of free consultation. Just like you would if you go to your doctor, the same doctor that sees you and knows all your issues. And even if there's nothing new that you've got to discuss with your doctor, but for every visit, you either you've had co-insurance, co-pay, whatever the case may be, you're going to pay your doctor for every visit. It's the same thing for lawyers. That's how we get paid. But anyway, so they're rating us. Lord knows how much time do we have left. Y'all just want look at my baby boy. I love watching this kid. Bear with me, y'all. I think he just scored. But anyway, all right. So Tuesday night questions night. Tuesday night questions night. Actually, it should be questions night. Let me edit that. Give me 1 second. Tuesday night questions night, because we have more than one question. Okay. Sure. All right. So put your questions in the comment section. Please do not repeat questions. I will do the best I can to go through as many questions as possible. So I know it's been a while we did questions night, so I would try the best I can to go through that. Let me see. I'm going to start from TikTok. Let's see. Instagram. Hey, Instagram people. Hey, Miss Sanctuary. I thought you had. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yeah, we'll talk. Hello, Facebook and YouTube family. So let's get a question. It's quite a bit going on in the immigration world. I know. So let's talk. Let me even see something. Hold on 1 second, because I know that I have not really. It's been a day. If the pause, we're still expecting some kind of miracle going on. Okay, so that's still ongoing. Oh well. All right. So let's get the questions. Let me start on TikTok. Okay, 30 seconds remaining. Okay, that's okay. Yes. Hello, Kingston. How are you? Can I ask you my question? Yes. That's what we're doing tonight. So Tuesday night questions night. Once again, if you are just joining us, my baby just scored. Look at my baby boy. Y'all bear with me. Listen, that's my first job. This is my bonus job. Although the bonus job is what pays the bills, but bear with me. I couldn't be there tonight, but that's it. All right, we tried. But anyway, I think he's got the last goal. But anyway, it is what it is. That's a wrap for basketball season. It was good. We went to track and field. All right, y'all understand. If you're a mama or a dad, y'all listen. It is what it is. Okay. Now, y'all, we don't have to be changing time. I know that. So I'm back. Basketball season's over. That's it. I hope everyone is safe. This is the first live since we had all this winter freeze in the whole country. Where the part of the state where I live, we're in the teens this morning, and it's like I want to Chicago. Like, who is here from Chicago or from Boston who brought to take your cold? Like, we don't even have snow trucks or whatever in the South. We don't. Everything shuts down. My kid was out of school yesterday. We shut everything down. So y'all need to go back wherever you came. We don't need it. Thank you. But I hope everybody's safe. I know that some schools actually are closed. Some parts of the state, there's a university that had it really bad in the part of my state that they have, I think half of the campus is still without power. So they just completely shut down classes till next week. My oldest kid is in college, so they had virtual classes and all that. So I hope everyone is keeping safe and everyone is just pray for those who are without power. It is cold, so imagine having to be without power this time. This is I can't even imagine it. But anyway, put your questions in the comment section. Please do not repeat your questions. If it's something that is very, very too detailed, then that's something that you may require a consultation for. So let's get started, y'all. Okay. And excuse me for coming in late. I was watching basketball. So go ahead, Mr. Kingston, ask your question. Hello, Ghanaian wife. How are you? Good evening from Tuscaloosa. Did you guys have? I know some parts of Alabama had snow. Some parts of Mississippi had snow. Can y'all imagine that? That was how cold it was in the South. Like snow. Like that's what y'all do in Boston and Maryland. Like that in Kentucky. Like y'all stick to that. Leave us alone. Okay. Had immigrant visa interview and was refused 3 months ago and received 221G with explanation how. All right. So what's your question? Please ask questions, not make statements. Do you know a lawyer called Emmanuel Olawale? He was Emmanuel Olawale. I don't. Why? It's our year for citizenship. Awesome. That's great. I mean, the good thing is Ghana is not on the travel ban. So let me know. That would be great. It's already 3 years. Are you serious? Oh, wow. All right. If you are married to a U.S. citizen and he passes away before my green card is 3 years, can I still file? Can I still file for my citizenship? What is your question? Okay, if you complete your question, how long you wait for would depend on. You said 3 times, right? Did you say 3 times or 3 months ago? I think people usually just reapply about 6 months. But I think you shouldn't do more than 2 a year there or something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. In-person check-in with ICE. What's your advice? What do you mean? What's my advice? What should you go? What exactly is your question? Y'all, please help me out. Ask questions so I can give you answers as general as possible. Okay. We got flurries, but it's colder than you know. It is cold. I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, let's go to work. I needed to drop my baby boy TJ started driving. Makes life a lot easier. But the first day he drove to school, I was like, Lord help me. But because the roads when it's icy, we're still getting our feet wet. No pun intended, and all that. So I needed to drive him to school this morning. I was like, okay, I drop him and I'll go to work. I woke up this morning and it was the cold that hit me. I was like, no, I'm going to delay my start. I think that's one of the lessons of working for yourself. No, I'm not going in that early. I'm going to drop and come back home, get warm, and then get on the road. I wasn't doing it. So I can imagine it is cold. It is cold. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, so I don't want to miss anyone's question. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Okay, so this is your full question. My husband passed away before my green card is 3 years. Can I still file for citizenship? This is not a yes or no question. This is something you're going to see that with the law because if you have met the marital union requirement, you've been through, he was a citizen. So I'm guessing obviously for the last 3 years he's been a citizen. You've met the the marital union requirement, you have been a green card holder for 3 years, you can file within 90 days of before 90 days before the 30-year anniversary. Then as long as the analysis checks out for you, you still may qualify in spite of in passing. So I would recommend that you sit down with the lawyer to actually be very specific with your timeline to know whether or not you still will qualify. I hope that helps. Okay. My friend asked to check in with ICE in person. What's your take? I can tell you that's not something I can tell you yes or no, because especially with the administration we're under, this is not something where, oh, go ahead without knowing anything about your history. Sit down with the lawyer to let them analyze your case and see whether or not, what is your requirements? Can you do it over the phone? Can you do it in email? So sit down with the lawyer. So let me just be very clear. There's some questions you're going to ask that I cannot give you an answer to, because it's just too specific, and it would be highly irresponsible to tell you yes or no. So don't be penny wise pound for some things require you to actually pay for for information so you can make informed decisions on your case. I'm due to apply for citizenship and got my green card by asylum. Can I go ahead to file? If you meet the requirements, just like everything with immigration, there are requirements that you have to meet. So as long as you have met the timeline and all that, you can. Now, let me say another. I think we've made posts regarding this. When it comes to the hold, the USCIS hold. Now, there is a pause on final adjudication of all asylum cases, regardless of the country you're from. But with the hold in particular, for those 39 countries, the hold, again, does not prevent you from filing your application. What the hold does is it prevents USCIS from making a final decision until the hold is lifted, until a court order comes in to lift the hold, something changes, something. But that's what the hold is about. So if you're concerned about the hold and not filing, I'm not sure what country you're from, but the hold does not prevent you from filing your application, just to be clear. Oh, okay, you have Nigerian flag there. Yeah, so I guess that would help with your explanation. Please do not repeat questions. Golden essence, I would have not answered your question if you had repeated it, because you just anyway. What are your thoughts on N400 timelines for Nigerian citizens, specifically due to my thoughts regarding what? Let's see. I don't want to miss anyone's questions. So let's see. MD. Okay, I already answered that. If a 16-year-old is ordered to leave the country because she lost her stepdad that petitioned. Okay, what's your question? Okay. Married for 5 years. It's not about how long you've been married. It's about as long as you were in marital union for 3 years since you got the green card. So your 3 years, 3-year eligibility starts to count from when you became a permanent resident, not when you were married. Okay. Anything about travel? Any questions regarding travel? That's not a question I'm going to answer. Thank you, Ms. Mackie. How are you? Thank you. Okay. All right. So if your question is about travel, that's not a question you're going to get an answer to. So sit down with a lawyer to evaluate your case. That's, this is what this administration is requiring, quote unquote, because better safe than sorry. Some people are just going to have 200 seats and sit down and finish your case. Or if you've got some criminal conviction, even though it was dismissed, whatever the case may be, or you had a petty offense exemption and you got your green card through that. If you've got anything remotely close to that, you're going to have 1,000 seats and sit down and not go anywhere under this administration. Travel at your own risk. But any questions regarding travel, I'm not going to answer that. Let's see. What do you think she can do? She can sit down with a lawyer to evaluate what options she has. Does she have an option to file a motion to reopen? Is she still within the appeal period? So that's what she would have to figure out. Are they issuing EADs to Nigerians? So work authorizations, unless it is one of the I-765 applications that falls within the exemption, work permit applications are also subject to the hold. But some are exempt. So say, for instance, you're filing your first asylum EAD, that's not subject to the hold. That's exempted, I should say. Okay, travel. That's another question. I'm traveling. How can I get an appointment with you? The easiest way is to go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com. We have a promotion going on for the month of January on the 30, because we have 30-minute, 45 minutes, an hour. Got a promotion going on the 30-minute option, which normally is $145, but for the month of January, it is $120. So we got till Saturday, I think. January has always been like one of those months that just stays forever. It's just like, just go away. But anyway, all right, let me go to Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. It's been a while, and I love that I'm back. And excuse me beginning it because my kid was playing, but we're back, y'all. We're back. Hello, Mr. Diop. How are you? So, Mr. Diop, we got one notice so far, but I haven't sent it to you because I'm waiting to get the other notices. So we got the main notice, but the other ones I'm still waiting on the other ones, and then I'll send everything to you. I just don't want to give you in piecemeals. Okay, so let's see. Oladeji, good evening from New Jersey. Y'all are probably in the, I'm sure some of you are like minus something degrees. Because see, I lived in Massachusetts, and I lived in Illinois, so I lived in Chicago, and I lived in Worcester, which is a suburb of Boston. You can't pay me to live in any of those two states in the winter. I love to go to Chi-Town during the summer. That's all. And I love to visit my family lives in Massachusetts during the summer. But wintertime, I gotta love you something special to come see you in those states, like besides my mama. Cause minus, no, I'm not doing those minus something anymore. Can't do it. The older I get, the less patience I have, and the less tolerance I have for a lot of things. And I've not really been the most patient person to start with. I had zero patience before I became a mom. My kids taught me how to, hello, Ms. Jola, how to have some patience. I'm still a work in progress 47 years later. Not doing it. There are lawsuits right now challenging the 39-country USCIS pause. How likely do you think a federal judge can vacate the USCIS memo and grant nationwide relief to everyone, not just plaintiffs? Basically, where there are class action lawsuits. So, if you fall within those class action, that will be class action of those plaintiffs, and which really would be, that's the whole point of the lawsuits. I think it would be something that would be applicable to most people. And because I have colleagues who are filed, and I know they filed on behalf of several nationalities, and as a class action based on the travel ban list and all that. So I'm obvious nobody knows how any judge is going to rule, but I am hopeful that we're going to have some victory, God willing. Can one still file for immediate family in Nigeria with this travel ban, or wait for its lifting? No, we're still submitting cases. Again, you are not prevented from filing applications. Now, keep in mind, there are two things going on now. We've got the travel ban, and we've got the immigrant visa freeze. The visa freeze is applicable to 75 countries, including, and I think almost all the countries. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not sure. I saw Republic of Benin in the immigrant visa freeze. But then again, even if it's not in the freeze, if the country has partial restrictions or total restrictions that prevents immigrant visas from being approved, what difference does it make? But there are some countries that are on both lists. Like my home country, Nigeria, is on travel ban list and visa freeze. So, like my mom would say, and it's a cook, but it's a kind of thing. Like you can't get worse than that. So, and people would say you're laughing at something. I'm not laughing because it's funny. Laughter is my way of dealing with, and let me not say what I wanted to say. But when things are just senseless, when they're inhumane, you can't cry. You just have to laugh. I'm telling you. So yeah. But so we're hopeful. We're very hopeful that things will. So again, you are able to continue filing for your immediate family, whatever they qualify for, an I-130, I-29F. Nothing stops you from doing that. It's just that, I mean, even though there's a visa freeze, we're still getting NVC sending us emails with paying application fees and all that. But what I'm doing with my consular processing cases is we are kind of like delaying, because I don't want a situation. I've had a couple of my clients who have been refused based on the travel ban and immigrant visa freeze, and without knowing, without any guidance on whether or not those that have been refused are their case is going to be automatically reopened if a court's others or otherwise, or if a new administration takes over, or would they have to start all over again. So we're kind of like stalling, because if you're not getting the visa, what's the point, right? But we're still getting the NVC sending us emails. We're being, I still had the derivative that we're working on. So nothing is stopping as far as processing the applications. They're just not going to issue the visas. They're not going to let you adjust status. I have cases in the last 2 weeks. We've got 3 cases that went to interview that got willing. They said, well, the next stage is really where one officer said, listen, your case is going to be approved. I just can't approve it. I have to put it in storage because of the pause. It is what it is. So that's what we're saying. Okay. Have you heard of any case from 39 constitution where in favor of the applicant after issuing? I haven't heard. I have a client who, well, it's not a client, a potential client that did an exemption request on their own. I consulted with them yesterday. You say it was Monday? Yes. So I guess we're just going to have to wait to see. We're doing -8 degrees in Massachusetts. Yeah, I know, because that's where my family lives. They sent me a video of the snow. It's not effect got me look because I'm over 5 foot tall. And people were like, that's all of you. Yes, that's all of me. That's why God gave me this mouth. And so literally it's like the snow is like my height. And like, no, miss me with that one. I'm not doing it. I love you, but from afar. Hello, Pastor Isaac. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. All right, let's go to Instagram. I'll come back to TikTok. We still have some time. Let's see the moves. Olua Buri everything. I love that. I'm doing well. How about you, Mr. Joke? How are you? Good evening from Maryland. Y'all in Maryland. Tell me what is the temperature there? What is like? Y'all probably in, like, if it's -8 degrees in Mass, you're probably -1. It will look you -1 and -8. I think -1 is greater. Y'all who do math. I don't do math unless it has a dollar sign in front of it. That's why I went to law school. But I think I remember that the lesser the minus number, the greater it is. I think something along those lines. I don't know. Something. Anybody? So, yeah. I'm coming down with a cold because my baby boy has a cold. Excellent. That's cool. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Hello, Miss Catchy. How are you? Finally got to join this live. I've been missing the previous episodes. You're welcome, Mr. Fulon. Thank you for joining. Joining Mr. Joker's journey from Maryland. Y'all probably an Eskimo land. You're like Ekbale. Ewagbo Tsuyo. Ewagbe. I hope everyone is staying what I'm telling you. Hello, Attorney Henry. How are you? Let's see. I was on a honeymoon. Oh, did you get married? A honeymoon is good. I mean, when I was married, I never went on honeymoon though. Let me roll my eyes and just leave it alone. Let's move on. Let me roll my eyes because I just thought about a whole lot of stuff. Don't even get me started. Let's just leave it alone. Okay. The countries we travel by, they're processing green cards to those countries. So I think we've already addressed those. But congratulations. I hope you went to somewhere really warm, and lovely. Um, Welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful time. Does the final adjudication pause affect people that recently joined the military or not? Whether you're in the military or not, everyone is as long as your country is one of the 39 countries, everyone is subject to the pause. Because I actually have I have a client, we are working on getting his I-751 submitted. And that's because he joined the military, he filed, and he's been waiting for his hold on 1 second for this power in this computer. Waiting for his interview. They haven't scheduled him for an interview. His 2-year green card is coming up on an expiration, so we don't have a choice. But because if you join the military, you can bypass the 751 once you file for N400 and gets approved. You're sworn in. You don't have to. You can go from 2-year green card to citizenship if you're in the military. But with the pause, he's from Burkina Faso. And with the pause, we're not moving anytime soon. Hopefully that I stand to be proven wrong. But so that his 2-year green card doesn't expire and then he risks being his status being terminated, we're now having to file the 751. If he doesn't need to wait, if things change and he gets through, so the pause is lifted, he obviously the citizenship can go through. But that's what we're seeing. Hello, Miss Abena. How are you? How are you? Hello, BJ. Mr. Bennett, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. When you say you have some snow for somebody, don't bring your snow here. Leave it alone. Miss Sanctuary doesn't want your snow. You can keep it. She said keep it, I roll. Yeah, let me help you with the eye roll too. Keep it. Y'all don't understand. We don't have snow plowing trucks around here. Like everything shuts down. No, we can't shut everything down. Like, no, we ain't doing it. Keep your snow. I don't know how y'all survive. I'm telling you. I mean, I can't. The time in Chicago was a blur. Well, the whole marriage was a blur. So let's. Yes. You're going to have some trolls, people who have no common sense, and block them too. Write some nonsense comment on there. But anyway, fight for work authorization renewal. Will the hold on the country of concern affect the renewal process? If it's not one of those that falls within the exemption, yes, I can tell you that for asylum, it has to be an initial application. So yeah. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Kelvin. Mr. Kelvin, share with you too, because my is a lawyer. I'm not going any problem. I've already said it. Listen, I raised my hand. I'm the problem before I said what I was going to say. So my ex-fiance, not ex-husband. I might call me, but yes. I have a whole lot to deal with. Don't be fooled by the 5-foot staff frame. Actually lived in Kentucky for quite a while. So I used to go to Kentucky and I was there 2020. Yeah, that COVID year, 2020 winter time. And y'all's like, what? That was where I got engaged and all that. And then I came to my senses like, no, I don't want to be stuck with somebody else again. And so, yeah, listen, I'm the problem. I already told y'all. So leave it alone. So I know, Mr. Kelvin, although y'all having the snow is not even funny. It's beautiful if you're living in like an apartment where you don't have to, you got people doing it, but in the house, no, I'll pass. I filed for VA through a lawyer, but I still stay with my husband. I thought they said it's confidential. All my receipt notices and fingerprint notices keep coming to my house. Why? Because the lawyer decided to use your address as your mailing address rather than using their office as your safe mailing address. So nothing says you cannot stay married to your spouse while you have a VA case. But what I do for my clients is all my VA clients, they're married or not married, their receipt notices come to my office. And even before we mail anything out to the client, we always check either the paralegal on the case or I check that myself directly with the client that, hey, by the way, we need to send this to you. Can you go ahead and do that? So talk to your lawyer and tell them that they need to contact the Vermont Service Center and change your safe mailing address to their office address. Or you give them a P.O. box or something. Okay, let's see. I'm happy to be back too. Thank you. Absolutely. I'm happy to be back. It's the Greenland ice. Listen, I got no time for that right now. Just plenty 01. Welcome. Congratulations, Mr. Leachy. How is married life? Woohoo! Listen, marriage is a beautiful thing. If you're with the right person, marriage is a beautiful thing. If you're with the wrong person, God help your soul. Just marriage is a beautiful thing. But congratulations. Marriage is a sacred institution created by God, and it is God's first institution. It is a beautiful thing. So I'm all for marriage. I would never get remarried. Let's just keep going. Congratulations. Where'd you go? Where'd you go for your honeymoon? Because some of us maybe go with a single moon, I'm excited joining your live. It's really informative. Thank you, Mr. Anthony Okpara. How are you? Thank you. Do you think people from countries not listed should take this? Okay. Do you think people from countries not listed should take this chance to file for change of status with a better chance of quick? I'm not sure what. And listen, and here's where I have someone that I was telling last year. File your case. File your case. File your case. There was a high chance of that case being because they live in the states where the field office doesn't get a lot of cases. So, and every case that I've had in that particular field office, the longest time it took to get a green card approved was 6 months. Not too many immigrants, but they're like, no, I want my rights. So the marriage is going to be 2 years this year. And so they're trying to avoid the 2-year green card, which is understandable. But now they got to, so they file the case, but gotta wait. You don't know how long it's gonna take. So if your country is not, I keep smelling. So that I got this new Arabian oud perfume. It smells like money. I'm gonna wait to the bank next time. Maybe they'll just give me all the money there. I just got a sniff of it again. So, but anyway, I digress. So if your country is not on the travel ban list, now keep in mind immigrant visa freeze on the 75 countries. That is only applicable, just like the travel ban and all that. Even the travel ban itself is applicable to the Department of State, meaning visas being issued. The reason why the travel ban is applicable to cases being filed within the United States is because USCIS wanted to do mogwamoya kind of thing, kind of thing. So like I know, let's even be part of this. So we are going to piggyback on this travel ban and decide that because there's travel ban, so we're not also going to approve anything for you. So that's how the travel ban should be the business of the Department of State has become the business of USCIS. But keep in mind that even if your country is on the immigrant visa freeze list of 75 countries, that does not prevent you from still filing your application with USCIS. So I know it's a lot of information and back and forth, but That's why if you need to have something to clarify your specific case, then sit down with the lawyer. Okay. Hello, Mr. Olale. How are you? Single moon. Listen, for after Christmas, because I share custody with my ex-husband, so I had my kid. My oldest son is a young adult; he's 21, but he usually would just go wherever. But I had TJ for Christmas, and then after Christmas went to so I was on a single moon after Christmas, like because I went to Mexico by myself. That's a single moon, isn't that it? The Bahamas. I've been to the Bahamas by myself. Hey, Ethics Movement. That's where he's from. So listen, some of us. That's what single means. You treat yourself to the truth. So it is what it is. But it's a beautiful place, a beautiful island. Love the place. A Nigerian with an approved visa. Congratulations. Will the ban affect the adjudication of my green card? Yes. Any news or rumors about when the ban could be lifted? I have a pending N400. Y'all don't even know how obsessively I check this ban thing. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. Obsessively, that it's like almost paranoia at this point. Every single day, like okay, because I get tons and tons of emails of updates and different associations and all that. Just to yeah, but I'm telling you, it's Abdul Saddam Karashi body oud oil and the fragrance itself. It smells like money. I ain't even kidding you. Like, yeah. I got married in 2022, filed my green card in 2025, was approved for PR in September. Congratulations. We have always had issues. I filed for a divorce in 2024, but we withdrew the divorce and we just filed another divorce. Okay. Got married, filed a green card, was approved. So you've got a 10-year green card. Okay. Does it affect my PR since it's recent? It would depend on who filed. Number one, I usually tell people you don't have to file unless there's abuse. Don't file that the person who filed for you filed the divorce. If it's an amicable divorce, by all means work towards that. So it's not like it's based on something you did. But as long as the marriage was in good faith, and there's no reason. Now, if you were filing if you got a 2-year green card and shortly after you got a 2-year green card, you got divorced, then that will be red flags for you. So it doesn't mean the marriage is fake. It's a lot quote unquote better because you've got a 10-year green card. So it just depends on it wouldn't affect you because you have a 10-year green card, right? Confirm that based on your timeline, it looks like you have a 10-year green card. The only thing that may now be, where they'll look back will be when you have to file for citizenship. If you are young enough to join the military, you probably want to do that. But if there isn't anything in your record that's going to raise an alarm to say maybe this marriage was just for the green card, that's what you filed, then yeah, it should not. But if you're not general information, nothing specific to your case, this is just general information. If you need more, can I? Anything about travel? I'm not answering that question. Okay, let's see. Hello, Epic Movements. I just talked about you. Mr. Leche went to the Bahamas for a honeymoon, and I was telling her I went to the Bahamas for single moon. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. John. All right. So I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone's question. Yes, you would think. But if you're serving the country, that should count for something, right? Now we can get up tomorrow and they may say, hey, if you are a military member, then you're exempt. Where they are supposed to provide additional guidance regarding this whole policy, so you never know. But I'm sure if they do, then everyone is going to rush to get and join the military. But hey, it is what it is. I received 3 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, and I have received. I guess you mean you have not received anything yet since September. My I-360 was transferred. A new office has jurisdiction since August 21. That's my birthday, 2023. Well, not 2023. Where will I hear from them for an approval? That's not I can't. I wish I could predict the future, but I can't. What change in policy procedures guidance do you envisage once USCIS gets done with their re-review process for the third? I will tell you, they've already hinted on what the re-review will be for some countries. So for instance, if you read the policy, part of the policy says they want to re-examine some applications because some countries submit fraudulent documents. Divorce documents were specifically mentioned. They just didn't put the name of the country they were referring to, but we all know. Let's call it spade a spade. We all know. Y'all, I'm telling you, this smells like money. Now I will tell you this. I consulted with somebody on Friday. Yeah. Thursday. Friday. That had their VAWA case reopened. So, but they got the notice of intent to revoke. They initially got a notice to reopen. They notice that said we on our own motion we reopened your I-360 petition, and then they got a notice of intent to revoke. But this was way before this whole policy. This was last year. But they consulted with me because the VAWA petition has now been revoked. And it was reopened based on Nigerian divorce decree. So I would guess that would be an example of where they want to go with that. Do you know how long I-360 is taking to approve? It's not about experience. It's about processing time. I've had a case that was approved in 5 months, and I have cases up to 4 years. It is a wide range, but the average processing time based on 80% of their cases, it's now taking 46 months for the I-360 itself to be approved. Not the whole VAWA case, just the I-360 part of it, which is a VAWA petition, before you even get to the green card part. So that's what we're seeing. So that always fluctuates. You just have to go check. Okay, if an individual is on protected status because of U visa application, the U visa is still pending with the status protected individual from deportation, if arrested by ICE. I wish I could tell you yes, but unfortunately, we have confirmed reports of people with approved U visas, bona fide determination, and all that have been placed in removal proceedings, and attorneys are having to, go to court and help, fight to court to get them out of court. So unfortunately, that's just the truth. Deferred action should protect you, but just like, although that deferred action has now been reinstated for CG's petitioners, for instance, they took it out so they can place people in removal proceedings. This is not an administration that's following the rules. It's just not. We see what's happening, especially in Minnesota, and our prayers and our thoughts are with those in Minnesota. We see what's going on. Just because of what? Because you're fighting to keep the kind of people you want in the country that you stole. Truth be told. But it is what it is. Okay. If someone has PhD in chemistry, will that be considered a special degree to file in the EB4 category? EB4 is not for PhD. EB4 is for stages in EB4, which is special migrant juvenile status. I-360 religious workers. If you're thinking PhD, you're thinking EB1 or EB2 because the PhD is an advanced degree. So either the person is self-petitioning or an employer is going to file for them based on an advanced degree, exceptional ability or extraordinary ability, depending NIW, just depends. That's something they would have to consult with a lawyer. Can I apply for EB2 NIW with a pending I-485 even though I'm done with OPT and my student visa has expired? So if you are There's something called um, tr- transfer of the underlying basis for your green card application, but you would have to do an analysis of whether or not you qualify, depending on whether or not there has been no break in the continuity of your eligibility. So, an example would be if you had filed the I-485, for instance, when you were in valid status, and it was based on marriage, and now you have an EB2 that gets approved, and you have not done anything that would jeopardize your status, and because that's been pending since you were in status, if you not get that approved priority date is current, or EB1, which is current as we speak, you can ask them to transfer the I-485 from family-based to employment-based, as long as there's no break in continuity. So you just have to do an analysis based on your history to know if you qualify. If there was a break, if you had been out of status before you filed the I-485, for instance, then that is a break in the continuity of eligibility, and you may most likely, even though the EB2 will get approved, eligibility to apply for your green card may not. But if you have not, there's just so much analysis that goes into it, because then you can be thinking of, do you qualify for an exemption under 245K of 180 days or less, not accruing unlawful presence for more than that period of time and all that. So it gets more technical than that. So if you're in doubt, sit down with a lawyer. Okay, I came in 2022 with a valid F1 visa and finished my master's in 2024 with 1 year OPT. Ended in April 2025. Got married before my OPT expired and still waiting for a decision. So what is your... Oh, okay. So, that was you. All right, let me go back. So I came in 2022 with a valid... Finished my master's 2024. Okay. I got married before. It's not about whether you got married before you OPT. The marriage has nothing, it has no relevance to your status. What matters is, did you file the marriage-based petition, and did you file your I-485 before your OPT ended? So that's the question. So that you just give me the full rundown. So the question I have for you is, hello, Miss Peggy, did you file your I-485 before your OPT ended? Not you getting married before OPT ended. That has no relevance. All right, let's see. You're welcome. Okay, let's see. The name of the perfume is 𝒊𝒎𝒒𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒒𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, Qurashi. So it's body oud and body oud, leather body oud and body oud oil. It is a money combination. I ain't lying to you. Like, y'all, I don't think there's anybody. I mean, I walked in my office building, and the lady that was next, she goes, "Abby, what are you wearing?" I said, "Money." I'm telling you, this Nigerian, those people in my office, they just like, she's Nigerian. They're extra. I'm wearing money. She laughed. I'm like, okay, seriously, girl, what are you wearing? I'm wearing money. Like, do I not look like? And that was about noon. This is almost 9:30. That is the not only does it have projection, but the time frame where it's you've got to wash it off of you. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's see. Can I travel? Travel questions. All right. So. Okay, so you filed before OPT ended. So that's where the analysis may end. So that may actually be in your favor if you get an employment-based approved. And as long as it's still pending, you didn't validate anything that's going to prevent, you didn't work with authorization and all that, then you probably will be able to transfer your. So yes, it's possible. I'm not saying you can. This is general information. So in order to know for sure whether you can or not, then that's something you will have to sit down with the lawyer to do. Okay. Are the citizens from countries on the list by US being prevented to apply for naturalization? I'm trying to run that question through my. So if your country it's on the USCIS pause list, again, you're not prevented from filing. USCIS is not just going to make a final decision. So in naturalization, they may recommend you for approval and to place you in line for oath ceremony, but we're seeing them not place people in line for oath ceremony because people that were already scheduled for oath ceremony after January 1st were actually they canceled those oath ceremony for those people. So yeah. My I-130 was approved after 2 months. USCIS canceled the interview. Do you know what happened or what does that mean, please? I cannot speculate to what that means. You just have to wait to see what happens. Okay, y'all. Hello, Miss Christine. How are you? Good evening from Chicago. Hello from Chinatown. I filed a vow under category C09, and it's been 15 months, no ED yet. Is that normal? And I see that you said you're not from the 15. It's not a case of normal. There's nothing normal under this administration. I think it's probably out to normal present time, but you didn't file, but you mean you filed a work permit with your base C9 work permit based on your green card application. Contact them, or if you have a lawyer, ask the lawyer to help you put your priority date in. If it's within normal present time, you just have to wait. If it's outside normal present time, you can contact USCIS, and especially since you're not from one of the countries on there. All right, y'all. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. As always, I love this coming back together. I love it. I love it coming together every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time Zone. You just don't know. Now, I talk for a living, obviously, but really 1 hour goes by just like that. It's good to have a community where we can come together and feel safe, and also block and delete all trolls, because this is zero tolerance for negativity. There's a lot of that out there, as we've seen. There has to be some safe places for us, this is one of that, and I'm grateful and thankful to God for that. But we will not fear, we will not fret, we will continue to be faithful and have faith, because God is in control. God remains in control. One of the things I've said, he will contend with those who contend. If you have never read Psalm 35, I don't care if you're a Muslim, Christian, when just pick up a Bible, just go online. There's a Bible online. Put in Psalm 35. That's going to be your daily anthem each day and your declaration. Because sometimes you have to understand that as the Bible says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So sometimes you gotta speak things, and you gotta speak to that problem. You gotta contend. You gotta speak to it and let God fight for you. So our prayer is that God will contend with those who contend with us, those who want to, derail us, delay us, deny us, that God will contend with them. He will turn things around in our favor and cancel all the hold, whatever it is that they think they want to change and alter our destiny or our purposes. It ain't going to work, because our hope is not in man. Our hope is in God and remains in God. And as long as our hope is in God and remains in God, then we know that it is impossible for us to lose any battle. Thank you for joining, everyone. I'll see you next live, which is going to be on Thursday, by God's grace.